President Buhari will this morning unveil megarized pyramids in Abuja. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo inaugurates committee to tap more benefits from the blue economy. Foreign inflows fall by 32% and insurance firms' assets hit 2.09 trillion naira amidst recapitalization suspension. The program is Business Express reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Leah Cutting. Babatunde. We'll begin the business of the day by informing you that the federal government says it is set to further explore the economic opportunities available through oceanic and marine resources around the country. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo stated this while inaugurating an expanded partnership committee on sustainable blue economy in Abuja. The committee, that is chaired by the Vice President, is composed of state governors, several ministers, representatives of military and security agencies, and other members from the private sector. The blue economy is the sustainable use of ocean resources for economic growth, improved livelihoods, and jobs while preserving the health of ocean ecosystem. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in partnership with Farmers Association of Nigeria, is set to release about 3 million bags of rice paddy to processors across the country. The initiative is expected to address the challenges being faced by millers and at the same time crush the price of processed rice in the market.
That used to, depend on models of fertilizer now had access to between 4 and 6 bags of fertilizer for his hectare. We also introduced the enhanced the dry season agriculture so that we had, rather than depending on rainfall for only a single season, now our farmers can do 3 seasons.
When the mills produce, their challenge has been the supply of paddy. And if you recall, when the agro-price was introduced, their milling capacity was being optimized at just about 30%. So with this consistent supply of paddy, we've been able to grow that capacity to about 90%.
Let's now take a trip to the commodities markets. Yes, of course. Today is the day of rice in Abuja, and we will be bringing you updates from where the president will be unveiling the rice pyramids in some minutes to come. But then on our Surviving COVID-19 series is the story of an entrepreneur whose vision is not only to meet his needs, but to impact livelihoods through job creation in the fashion value chain. Benny Adams says more.
Surviving COVID-19 series is brought to you in partnership with the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Paul Harris, an Abuja-based fashion designer whose line of business is bespoke, meaning tailor to measure for all outings. It all started with a passion in fashion, expressed in the love for well-tailored clothes. From age 10, where Paul will go behind his dad to alter the design of his Christmas clothes.
That informed my going into the business. So I started designing, then taking it to the tailors. Tailors will make it out and to look fine. People will wear it and make recommendation. This is fine. This is fine. So from there on, the connections started coming in. Then I invest largely in the business.
Paul Harry's designs became legally recognized in the year 2006, but penetrating the market was a challenge, as most Nigerians prefer labels from Europe than the proudly made in Nigeria. Then the idea of bespoke was birthed.
The one we make as bespoke is your precise measurement. Your shoulder, your sleeve length, your chest, the body length, everything is tailored to your body statistics. So it gives you a good fitting.
While the Paul Harry's brand grew in leaps and bounds, COVID-19 struck.
I used to travel to bring in material, but it has not been easy.
On accessing credit facility for expansion, Paul Harris has undergone training and certified qualified for loan. But having submitted business plan 1 year on, he is still hopeful.
What I need the money for is to expand my business, get more machines, get more hands, and start producing so that we can have off-takers to take them.
Paul Harris has a vision to expand his various production lines from jeans and t-shirts to native wears, with his target market as Nigeria's tertiary institutions where students can make money while they study, in addition to establishing a fashion school.
We have a lot of them on the street. We have a lot of them graduated that they still don't have work. I think the best thing is to have a platform for them to come in for training so that we can have enough hands to be able to reach out to many that need clothes. And from there, they can earn their own living.
Surviving COVID-19 series is brought to you in partnership with the Central Bank.
All is set for President Muhammadu Buhari to unveil more than 1 million bags of rice paddy stacked as pyramids in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. The rice pyramids were built with rice paddy planted and harvested from states across the country under the Anchor Borrowers Program. Considered to be the largest of its type in Africa, the pyramids are located on the grounds of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industries, ACCI, along Airport Road here in the capital city. We move straight now to the ACCI premises where Musa Baba Aliu is standing by for situation report. But I hear we've lost some signal there. Perhaps we'll need to get back to Musa once he returns. Now, just yesterday, the National Bureau of Statistics released some reports after 8 months of steady decline in the nation's headline inflation. The new data shows that the month of December saw inflation rise to 15.63%. The National Bureau of Statistics attributes this rise to increased demand fueled by holiday shopping. The report. From April 2021, headline inflation declined steadily for 8 months, a journey that began at 18.12% and came all the way down to 15.4% in November. The 8 months journey was, however, halted in December 2021, largely due to market forces.
Was as a result of increase in demand for goods and services, which eventually affected the prices of goods and services by raising them up. And so you recall, and if you check the trend of all the CPI that we're producing in recent years, you discover that the month of December, perhaps because every average Nigerian saves some money for the December purchases.
The latest figures show that headline inflation is 0.23 percentage points higher than the rate recorded in November 2021. On month basis, the headline index increased by 1.82% in December 2021. Core inflation for December 2021 was 13.87%, while that of November was 13.85%. Food inflation in the month under review was 17.37% from 17.21% recorded in November 2021. Urban inflation was 16.17% from 15.92% recorded in November 2021, while rural inflation was 15.11%.
We produce our statistics strictly based on the recommendation by the United Nations Statistics Division, which is the coordinating organ of the entire statistical system all over the world.
Ebonyi State was the most expensive, recording the highest rise on all items at 18.71%, while Kwara State recorded the lowest. Food was most expensive in Kogi State at 22.82%, and the lowest figure was recorded in Edo State. Okay, I understand we've established contact with Musa Liu. Musa, can you give us some updates from your end? What's happening there? And now, before we return to Musa there at the ACCI grounds, we move next to the currency markets. Let's move to the technology market, where Nigeria will launch a new communications satellite SAT-2 into orbit this year. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Isa Ali Ibrahim stated this during a one-day working visit and interaction with the staff of the Nigerian communications satellite in Abuja. And of course, the minister said he had secured the approval of President Muhammadu Buhari to purchase another communication satellite for the country, adding that the new satellite will boost the nation's satellite communications capacity as well as the economy. He also disclosed that he had gone further to lobby the Minister of Finance to ensure that this is included in the 2022 budget. Nigerian stocks resumed the week negative to see the old share index decline by 0.12%. It is resuming this morning at 44,399.66 basis points, and hopefully it's going to give us some changes today. Away from home, Asia Pacific markets mostly rose Tuesday following a quiet day on Wall Street, where the U.S. markets were closed for a public holiday. Neka Oko reports.
Investors in Europe and Asia Pacific were digesting the latest gross domestic product data from China on Monday. Markets in Asia lost momentum Tuesday afternoon as major indices across the region erased earlier gains, but oil prices trended higher. In Japan, the benchmark Nikkei 225 fell 0.27%. The Hang Seng Index fell by 0.32%, while the Shanghai Composite was up 0.68%. In Europe, two bits of corporate news dominated headlines. Credit Suisse became embroiled in yet another scandal as its chairman Antonio Osorio resigned after breaking coronavirus quarantine rules. As the figures come in this morning, UK's FTSE is already seen advancing 0.91%. U.S. markets were closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. However, stock futures were little changed Monday night as traders braced for the latest batch of corporate earnings reports. Markets in Africa have just opened for the day's activities and are still a little changed from Monday's positive rally across the continent as traders braced for the corporate patch of corporate earnings reports.
Okay, so we're moving now to the insurance sector, where total assets have risen by 228.24 billion naira in 15 months, despite the abrupt suspension of the National Insurance Commission's segmented recapitalization exercise. The second and final phase of the Nigerian insurance industry's recapitalization exercise, which should have ended in September 2021, was halted by litigation from aggrieved stakeholders. However, latest figures show that the sector's total assets rose by 228.24 billion naira from 1.8 trillion naira in June 2020 to 2.09 trillion naira as of September 2021. The industry regulator, the National Insurance Commission, had introduced new and segmented minimum paid-up share capital requirements for insurance companies in Nigeria in June 2020. Data obtained from the Central Bank of Nigeria on insurance sector consolidated balance sheets, general and life for third quarter 2021 also showed that the industry's assets rose from 1.16 trillion naira as of the end of December 2017 to 1.26 trillion naira and 1.45 trillion naira as of the end of December 2018 and 2019. We're again joining Musa at the ACCI ground.
Thank you, Leah. We are expecting the president any moment from now to arrive here at the Chambers of Commerce here in Abuja Trade Fair Complex, where he's going to unveil more than 1 million bags of rice produced by small-scale farmers under the Anchor Borrowers Program. And the initiative is a partnership between Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria and the Central Bank of Nigeria, where funds were released to small-scale farmers to produce enough rice, as well as also to upscale the production to meet the national demand of the third most essential commodity in Nigeria. And joining me here to talk more about the initiative is Maazu Shehu, who is a member of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, sir, briefly before the president arrives, tell us the wisdom behind this pyramid.
The wisdom is to celebrate visionary leadership as provided by President Muhammadu Buhari. He has asked us to go back to the farm where we have went back. So we are here to tell him that, Baba, thank you. We have done it as you have asked us to do, and Nigerians can do it. So we have done it.
Okay, after this unveiling now, what will happen to this rice?
This rice is going to be sold off to the Rice Millers Association of Nigeria, and with an arrangement between CBN, Lifan, and the Millers Association, so that they will mill it, process it, and sell at a discounted rate, so that the rice price will go down in Nigeria for the benefit of all Nigerians.
Okay, we know Anchor Brewers have been in existence for the past 6 years. This rice we produce here, are they the ones that have been producing for the past 6 years, or this is for a single year production?
This is a single season. The revolution of the rice revolution in Nigeria has brought 3 seasons of rice production in Nigeria now. This rice is from the 2021 wet season. You know, now we have 3 seasons. We have the wet season, we have the first cycle of dry season, we have the second cycle of dry season. So all in all, we have 3 seasons. This rice is from 1 season, wet season of 2021.
Okay, and is it the first time we are having these pyramids, or we are having series of it?
We have had series of pyramids. We have in Niger, Kebbi, Katsina, Gombe, Kano, and Taraba, and Ikiti. We come to Abuja today so that we will do it for Mr. President to tell him thank you.
Okay, and the fear now, or the challenge the society is facing, is the high cost of rice in the market. And we had the CBN yesterday, we are telling us that this initiative will also crash the prices of rice in Nigeria. How are you people going to make sure that a small scale, small income earner will be able to afford rice?
There is an arrangement, as I said, between CBN Refund and the Millers Association. This rice is going to be passed to the Millers Association. The Millers Association will now mill the rice
and sell it to the common man at a discounted rate. We have entered into that agreement with the Millers Association.
Okay. Then tell us about the next step after this.
The next step is the evacuation, which the millers will come and evacuate as allocated.
Okay, I'm talking about the now dry season farming 2022 as already taken up.
Today we are launching the 2022 second cycle of dry season. We are equally launching it, and we hope by April, May, we will start to harvest another cycle. So you can see rice is so much in Nigeria. 3-year cycle of harvest will definitely bring down the prices.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, studio, from all indication, the president is approaching the venue. So we'll join you back in our subsequent bulletin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Musa. There, and of course, we'll be expecting more rise at cheaper rates in the market. Apologies for the staggers here and there. Some of these things happen just today, just one of those days. We apologize for that. Business Express returns tomorrow at 3 p.m. Don't forget to join us. You can catch up with us on YouTube on the NTA's channel. You can also follow us on our social media handles. My name is Leah Katun Baba Tunde. God bless Nigeria, and do have a nice day.